Good evening, Tripping Arc. I doubt it. I believe there will be orcs in this skirmish, but good evening all the same. Happy Tuesday, and good evening, YouTube. Good evening, Rumble. Happy Tuesday. I hope you're having a good week so far. I'm having a really good week. I had an appointment today with my hematologist, and the good news is that 4 years in, and everything's still looking good. So, yay for that. I'm very, very happy about that. And Drive-By says, hi all, happy Tuesday, looking good. Well, thank you. Happy Tuesday to you too. Remission, yes, remission. It continues. So, hooray. I do believe at he does a happy day. Well, thank you. Yes, I do believe at 5 years they will consider me cancer-free. So I am holding my, well, I'm crossing my fingers. Let's knock on some wood. Well, I would if there was actually real wood anywhere in here, but you know, knock on pressed wood. I have to get some sort of real furniture. Thank you, Art. Thank you. You said it's really good to hear. Thank you. I appreciate it. So, without further ado, let us get started with this skirmish. We have one last ranger to gather, and he has gotten himself into a real spot of trouble. The man has gone and headed into Nurz Ghashu. It is not a good place to be. So, we want the skirmish, rescue, and Nurz Ghashu. Yes.
Taken by some madness, Golodir has ventured into the rift. The air is thick with menace, and the stench of Forochel looms.
Alright, so get ourselves set up with a little bit of food and some buffs. Not totally 100% necessary, but this is not my total favorite skirmish either. A little easier solo than in a group. We have done well to make it this far, Thormurn, but it seems that many of the evils that once dwelt here have retreated into the deepest depths of Nurz Ghashu. It may be too much to hope for our passage to remain unnoticed. What can have driven Golodir to make this dangerous journey? Has he lost all hope for the future? He has suffered so much, more than any one man should, and yet he persevered. Has he at last given into deep despair? We must keep moving. Norbor is ahead. I fear what we may find there. Golodir is not himself, of that I am certain. He is the wisest ranger I've known. What could have driven him to this place? I cannot understand it. We must rescue him, even if it be from himself. An ancient fumarole Torash blocks the way, and we have to defend what's his name. Okay. I don't know why we're bothering doing this. We gotta wait for him to drop his shields anyway. There we go. Now we can get him. I have found a weakness. Quickly, strike the Toresh. Alright, so in solo, we just attack the thing. If we were in a group, we would have to do a fellowship maneuver. And the fellowship maneuver is what drives me nuts, because I was never very good at getting this particular fellowship maneuver off. Again, another Daywalker Berserker. Alright. Gotta wait for his shields to drop. There we go. I found a weakness. Prepare to exploit it. And we have a second one. And what are we getting this time? A Pale Trapper. Better. New deed, Warg Slayer. Alright. We'll have to come back to that in a minute. Before we go through the doors, we'll take care of the two encounters. Fender of the Vial. I can't remember, I think we might have to do this one 3 times. Okay, one more time. Another one. Wow, they really want to give me the Daywalker Berserker today. Alright. Now, you must enter Norbor. Well, I got something to take care of real quick. I will catch up with you in a second, dude. Gashglob screams and curses entering from the path ahead. Where? Oh, there. Alright. Don't know what kind of orc that was, but it was not normal. And encounter number 2, I believe, is a drake. Nor. Yep, there it is. Whoa! Just right up in my face, buddy. Thanks. Your breath stinks. Whoa! Your breath really stinks. Alright. Drake is down. Now we can come in here with a bunch of K-Rogs. Look there, beyond the great pit of fire is Golodir. We have found him. Let us make our way to the foreside Norbor, Thormurn. There we will speak with Golodir and bring him from these perilous depths. And yes, that is lava. We would like to avoid stepping in it. It actually does do us damage, so that's a thing. But funnily enough, our skirmish soldier can go through it just fine. Golodir, why have you come to this place? Speak, my friend. Forochel, stand back from the door. I've come to save you. Something is not right. Come here. We must unravel this mystery, or I fear he will be lost to us. He speaks of his daughters if she still lived, Thormurn. This is some great evil at work here. What has raised the madness in the mind of my mentor? To cruelly seize upon the grief within his heart. And what can be done about it? What is this feeling? Can you not sense it? Darkness and power. This force has imposed its will upon Golodir. It poisons him against us. And there it is. And he's using Golodir's pain as a gateway to enter the world. And he has failed. Because of course he has. What has happened? Where am I? Golodir looks around in amazement and confusion. There was a ringing in my ears, as if I swam in deep water. But it is gone now. There was something else. A shroud is lifted from my eyes, but which is the dream and which is not? Forochel was alive. It was not too late to save her. Some part of me knew that Aragorn had dominance over my mind. But even the small hope of seeing Forochel again was hope enough. I did not fight him. I am ashamed. I am no ranger. You are the bravest ranger I know. Why else would Aragorn seek to master your mind? He sought to deprive us of you, and at a moment when we need you the most. The Dunedain are gathering. We must ride to the aid of our Lord Aragorn. We need you, Golodir. So the time has come at last. Perhaps it will do me some good to leave Angmar behind. These shadows have become too familiar. It will be best to leave them behind. I shudder to think what awaited Golodir beyond that door, Thormurn. Aragorn's dominance on the mind of my mentor were strong. What would Golodir have seen there had he remained under the Rogmal's power? I care not to guess. I know only that it would not have been Lorneal, and perhaps that would have been enough to destroy Golodir forever. Let us escape to the surface. Nurz Ghashu is no place for us, or for our loved ones. Yes. Alright, that was relatively easy. I think we only saw one orc in the whole thing, and it was not a normal orc, so yay! What do we have here? Exemplary block. Oh, I can break that down. That's not what I need. Oh, excuse me. I did not mean to do that. That's embarrassing. Alright, let's sell our loot.
Greetings.
That's the wrong one. We need the browse the shop.
What do you need?
Oh, we barely took any damage even. Woohoo! 153 gold. 162 gold. That was like, what, 315, 320 gold. And we only had about 10 gold in repairs. So, yeah, we got out pretty with about, I mean, not gold, silver. But still, we got out pretty. Talk to Corunir at Oghair. And Corunir will be absolutely over the moon that we saved Golodir. Now, I don't remember if Corunir is going to come with us too or not. I hope he does. I think they should both come. Golodir and Corunir. Yurt. It's a yurt. Hello.
You have my deepest thanks for aiding me in the rescue of Golodir.
He must have drawn the notice of Aragorn during one of his excursions into the cities of Angmar following the defeat of the False King. Who knows what would have happened if the Rogmal had maintained his dominance. We can be glad that it did not happen, Thormurn. I think it is best for Golodir to come with us as part of the Great Company. It is not healthy for him to remain in this land, as marked with grief as it must be for him. The wide southern lands will do him good, I am sure of it. He will be kept busy, as we all will be, and I believe that to be the best means of rising above grief, as he must and will. Thank you again, my friend. We're getting 25 medallions and it looks like 250 marks, so nice bit.
You have come a great way and should now return to Rivendell.
You have come a great way, Thormurn, to bring your message to the Dunedain. Golodir and I will inform the rest of our kin here in Angmar, and we will make haste to join the Grey Company. You should return now to Master Elrond in Rivendell, that he may be told of your errand's success. So, we have gathered everyone. And, we're just going to be lazy and take our port to Rivendell, because why not? That was easy. From Angmar to Rivendell in the blink of an eye. Daddy, beam me up. Now, I would be lying if I said this wasn't a really pretty house. Although, a little big for just a couple people to live in. If I were to find, like, the last homely house and it was still in good shape, I would probably go, hey, turn this into a bed and breakfast. And no, I'm not lying. I probably would do that. Wait a second. There's a fish in there. There's fish in there. I think there were ever fish in there before. Ah, neat. Alright. Gathering of the Grey Company.
The Grey Company assembles. What dangers will they face on the road south?
You have done quite well, Thormurn. The Grey Company assembles with as much haste as can be taken, and they will ride to Aragorn and the wide southern lands. Whatever dangers have befallen him, we must believe the Dunedain will reach him in time. If you desire to aid the Grey Company and Aragorn further, you may ride with them. I will tell you when all is made ready. Until that day, Thormurn, go in peace, and keep still the safety of these lands. The way south will be dangerous.
The Dunedain have been called to fulfill their purpose in this age, to ride to the aid of their chief Aragorn, son of Arathorn. The road of the Grey Company will be fraught with peril, but they must not fail.
Always like that dramatic ending. But they must not fail. Of course, we have this unlikely fellowship quest that I'm going to do off screen because that's just what seeing the fellowship off. You don't need to see that. So, that leads us into Book 2, Chapter 1, Rotten Secret, I believe.
A strange fate brings you hither.
By your efforts, the summons was brought throughout Eriador, Thormurn, and now the Dunedain have responded. Many of their number have come to Imlodgis, and they prepare to depart for the southern lands, that they may come to Aragorn at his time of need. You will ride with them, if you see fit to do so, but I have been made aware that my daughter desires first to speak with you. She is at Imdolan, on the slope north of Imlodgis, overlooking the road that climbs up into the Misty Mountains. Alright. That one. Go talk to Arwen. You must be weary from your travels. You have no idea. I have been from one side of Eriador to the other, and back. Hello, random stranger. No random person. You've been there, well, since I got here. A Spire of Meeting. Using the stairs instead of breaking your legs in Elrond's home. What is this? Hello, Plastonic. Happy Tuesday to you. And yes, there's this thing about hunter speed. It's not very effective if you break your leg. And we're trying to get to Arwen with all due haste. I remember which of these paths we need to go up. This one, I believe. That's a cute building. Too bad we can't go in more of the buildings in LOTRO. I was always sad about that. There's so many nice looking buildings, but you can only go in a very small fraction of them. And I love how they improved this path up. It's a lot less sparse and barren than it used to be. I mean, this path used to be just really bare and boring. Now it actually looks like a proper wooded path up. Very pretty. Dolan. Here is where Arwen likes to stand and look out on the world and think. My thoughts are often drawn back to the woods of Lorien, the home of my mother's kindred.
My own undertaking has come to an end, and its fruit waits now for a bearer.
You have returned from your errand, Thormurn, and have come to speak with me as I asked. My delight cannot be hidden, friend dwarf. My own undertaking has also come to an end, and its fruit waits now for a bearer. Arwen solemnly hands you a tall staff, wrapped closely with a black cloth, bound with thongs. I have made this gift for Aragorn. The days are short, and it may be that our hopes will soon be ended. The standard I have made for him will fly aloft in a time of his choosing, and he will know for what he fights. May it bring courage to my Elfstone and those with whom he stands. Bring this gift and my words to Halbarad by the stables in Isladris, for he has consented to bear them both on the journey south. All right. She's pretty. I thought they did a decent job with the Arwen in the game. I also like her dress. I always wanted one for my characters. They've never made one quite like that for the female characters in the game, and I'm like, still waiting. I also like her hairstyle too. Again, still waiting for that. However, they have added a few nice hairstyles for the females, particularly the elves. As anybody who might have caught Miss Medriel's recent transformation might know, she is looking very lovely. If I do say so myself. The Market of Rivendell. It's a deceptively small looking place, Rivendell. It is a lot bigger than it appears. There's another place I would love to go in and check it out. Looks like some sort of stables. Judging by all the doors. That'd be my guess, some sort of stables. Very fancy. Very, very fancy. And here's Halberd.
I will carry this burden on our journey.
You bring both a gift and a message for my chieftain from the Lady Arwen. I see. Halberd listens as you recount Arwen's words and gravely accepts the standard you carry. I will carry this burden on our journey. It will come to Aragorn through all the perils of our road lie in between. When will this standard be unfurled, I wonder, and against what sky will it be raised aloft? Still missing the bald, beardless dwarves or elves. I thought you could do pretty close to bald and beardless on the dwarves. Not that that would be Thormurn's style.
All is nearly ready.
Oh, he just made level 70. All is nearly ready, Thormurn. While I finish this final preparation for our departure, I ask that you speak with some of those who will accompany us south. Ensure that they are prepared for the road and rested enough for the first leg of our journey. I saw Golodir just to the northeast some minutes ago, speaking with Elrohir. Radonir was just to the east of the two of them, beneath the footbridge. Lothrandir is just across the way, speaking to his horse, Mithwol. He knows a great deal about the lands through which we must pass. Ask him if he has any further information about the road, which may help us move with haste. Once you have spoken with these four, find Candace by the stable gate and speak to him about what lies ahead. Of course, now I'm curious, because you brought it up. Of course, I have not the first clue where there's a barber in Rivendell. I think it's by, I'm probably wrong, but I think it might be by the auction house. At least I do know where the auction house in Rivendell is. I don't remember, but I don't think there was a beardless dwarf option. We're gonna find out real quick. No, Thormurn will not be changing his appearance. We're just gonna find out. I'm actually quite satisfied with the way Thormurn looks. He looks properly dwarven. It sounds like what you're wanting to do is make a Gower hand for roleplay purposes. Although even Gower hands aren't completely beardless. They're just called Shornbeard, which means they usually have incredibly short or shaven beards. Okay, I was wrong. There isn't a barber up here. Although, well, for anybody who wanted to know where the auction house in Rivendell is, it's right here. And the mailbox, too. But you can't have an auction house without a mailbox. You have completed a deed. Oh! We completed the Daywalker Berserker deed. Means now we have to kill like 50 of them. They were indeed called Shornbeard, but still had beards. No, yes, they usually did have some sort of beard. It was not usually, it was usually either very short beard, or sometimes it was not much more than a 5 o'clock shadow. I mean, they grew beards, just like regular dwarves. They just kept them incredibly short. Which, very much against what dwarves usually do with their beards. Ah, over here. I don't know why I'm trusting an elf with my beard. This is probably not the wisest move ever for a dwarf.
Megavanen.
Okay, so, see what I mean? Thormurn is looking quite handsome. So we won't be changing him. We just want to check this out real quick. Facial hair. We also have, okay, so we have hairstyles, facial hair. Start the facial hair. It's a little much. Yeah, nah, that's a little much. Beard, but no mustache. Holy smokes, what the heck? Mountain man. Now that's a big old bushy beard. Okay, I guess you're all right. There is no beardless variety. The closest you get is probably really short, but not beardless. Or maybe this that's at least short with the lack of a mustache. That wouldn't look too bad on Thormurn, but like I said, we are kind of quite pleased with this particular one. It looks good on him. And now for hairstyles. And we have a few options to go through. Most of them are kind of matte. I'm kind of hoping they work on the dwarves selection because some of them are just pretty meh. Why would I make beard neck jokes? No, I mean honestly, I wouldn't. Oh, wrong. Got mohawk. Oh, we do have a bald head. So, we do not have a beardless, but we do have... Oh, that was speaking to yourself. Okay. We do have a bald head, but not a beardless. So, about as close as you will get with that is the bald head and this kind of shortish pointy beard without the mustache. Yeah, that's about the closest you're gonna get. Yeah, honestly, I would, a British seller from the 18th century. I mean, it's not his best look, but yeah, kind of. Alright, so let's reset. Because he really does look better with the mustache and a proper beard. And again, I'm really rather happy with his appearance, so we're going to leave him like that. But there you go. If you really want, I would maybe drop a post to Standing Stone Games or the LOTRO account and say, hey, where's our beardless dwarves? You know, wink, wink, nudge, nudge, and see if you get a bite. Although they might give you the side eye because, like I said, usually it's a dour hand that's going to be going beardless or nearly beardless. I think I just realized part of his armor is hanging out through his hair. It's clipping a little bit. Oh well. Usually not that close to see it. Now, while we're just hanging out here, it is time for Thormurn to head back into the 21st Hall. Because he left a little something behind there. I mean, they had barbers, can they not handle a dwarf's beard? Like I said, you're really gonna trust an elf to properly tend a dwarf's beard. Elves don't even grow beards unless they're incredibly old. Like, Círdan the Shipwright old. Ah, here we go. Here fast, buddy. I saw that you wanted to talk to me. Speak.
May Durin return soon to his halls.
What have you here? Show me. Let's spread it out on the ground and take a proper look. This map is old, but it is not from the Khazad-dum of Durin's time. I am certain of that. Look at how straight the line of these runes are. These are of a style popular some few centuries ago in Eriador. It gives instructions for the making of a torch, the likes of which I've never even heard. By Durin's beard, look at what it takes. Why, this oil-coated base will be hard enough to find. One moment. I have it. The word writers sometimes bear similar torches, dipped in rock oil. Take one from one of them, and you will be one step closer to crafting this torch. Head east down Khadar-Zaram, then look in the south. Says collect a flimsy torch from Pashnar. Challenge the most hairy elf we can get. Well, first I would have to have a male elf, which I don't. I would actually have to make an elf just for the occasion. Alright, so we have to go all the way out to Second Hall campsite. I keep forgetting they added that stable. It feels almost a little cheaty because I've had to usually ride out there on my own. Now I can just take this stable.
Dwarves must fight for dwarves.
We want the Second Hall campsite. Oh look, we can even swift travel because we're currently VIP. So we need to find Pashnar. Somewhere around here. Oh, look, and he is conveniently right there. Collected a flimsy torch from Pashnar. And now we bring that torch to the 21st Hall. Which, well, since we're a hunter, we're just going to use our handy-dandy hunter port for that. I tell you what, once we finish with this, if you're still here, I'll make a mock elf character just to see what happens, okay? I'm not keeping him, I just want to, I'm now curious to see myself. I don't think the elves even get beards.
These halls will be great once more.
This should do very nicely, Thormurn. Very nicely indeed. Now let us examine the map for the next component of the torch. Your game? Alright. The next instructions are somewhat unpleasant. Do you know where to find deep crawlers? We need to gather their ichor, turn it into a paste, and smear it all over the torch. Apparently the ichor has some effect on the color or brightness of the torch. I'm not sure which. I have seen deep crawlers in the southeast of here, beyond the foot of Khazad-dum, yet before the bridge of Khazad-dum. Look for them around the eastern pools. Bring me whatever ichor you can, and we will proceed to the next step. So, I did remember this particular quest chain had a little bit of back and forth. So, back out.
These halls will be great once more.
To the second hall camp. And I bet you that's why. That is a big part of the reason why they put that stable there too. Is because of that quest and all the back and forth. Alright, and now we bring that back to the 21st Hall. And once again, we use Thormurn's handy dandy port. Which is making things incredibly easy.
The time has come to drive forth the orcs from our kingdom.
Your glow well nigh announced your return, my good and slightly dripping hunter. It is the work of but a few moments to turn this into the paste described in the instructions the map bears. I'm not entirely sure that my fingers will ever stop glowing green. Whatever will they ask for next? Are you sure you want to continue on this endeavor, my foolhardy hunter? It gets no easier. The next thing the instructions call for is a very rare ore. We dwarves call it Norfol's ore, because when hammered thin, it will burn with a white light that spears like a sunbeam in the dark. Aye, fire metal. I have heard of it being used as a light, but rarely, as it is hard to find and refine. You will find Norfol's ore to the east. Head into Nudmalek to the edge of the bridge of Khazad-dum and search that area. Rocks with the ore present have a green vein running through them. Once again. Back out.
The shadow of Mordor will not long fill
To the second hall campsite. Only this time we're going a little further than just a couple of steps out. Just get off right here. Unfortunately, we are high enough level that we can just take a leisurely ride out. Now, this would be great if I actually ran in to one of the rare elites right now. Because we could actually take a leisurely look at it. But as usual, nada, nothing. I have been absolutely disappointed every single time I come out here to not run into the things. I know one of them is an Orkai. Looks like he bench presses 2 trolls every morning, just for fun. The other one is a drake. Hard to miss that one. That's 1 ore. I love how he knew where the ore was, and yet it's supposed to be extremely rare. Okay, we have our ore. And of course, for everybody who might not know, although I'm pretty sure everybody's played a little bit. Of course, this is the bridge of Khazad-dum, or what's left of it. And this is the west side of it, I believe. And yes, if you keep going, you will fall to your death. So we're not going to keep going. You have to ride all the way around to the other side, and going to both sides is part of the exploration deed, which we've already done. Back to the 24th hall again. Look at the stone trees. That had to have been quite the sight when Khazad-dum was, well, new and full of dwarves and light.
These halls will be great once more.
Wonderful! I feared you might not be able to locate any. Excellent work. It will take me some time to safely turn this into the powder the map calls for.
Abide here a moment and speak with me.
You've collected all the materials, and I have assembled the torch this map calls for. Now it is time to see what we shall do with it. A lit torch is a fit weapon against few creatures. I suggest you find an ally, perhaps 2, in case you have to move around while the torch is lit. When you're looking for the help, I will just send a runner to bring the unlit torch into the cave described in the map. Speak to me again when you're ready. Well, we're going to be doing this alone. There's the torch. We're just going to go ahead and clear things out real quick. Anything else? I don't think so. Hopefully. Okay, here's the strange torch. So we place the torch here. The strange light on the torch has projected a map onto the wall. That's it for this part of the instance. But you can see the map. And of course it makes me wonder why it has to be that particular torch to project the map. But, you know. There it is. just gonna take a quick screenshot. If we got it, but I'm sure we did. Alright.
Dwarves must fight for dwarves.
Another map. Are you sure? My curiosity burns within me. Will you follow this strange story to the end? Why I'm here.
If we are to find Mithril in Khazad-dum, we will first have to deal with the orcs.
I cannot wait to discover the new map's secret. It looks as though it may show a destination to the southeast of here. Were I you, I would search within Nedmalek. Let's see... You said it curved downward. Perhaps the southern section of the second hall. And I can either pretend I don't know where it's at, or I can just take us straight there.
May Durin return soon to his halls.
I'll just take us straight there, because I do know where it's at. I've done this a couple of times, so I will be quite honest. There's one or two parts of this that I'm not so spectacularly great at. Ah, get off, get off, get off, get off, get off the horse. Or goat. It's not a horse, it's a goat. Out here. I pass this gross, yucky, sticky stuff. Stinky stuff. We'll ride back this way. Have some more of the stinky stuff. Smells like something died and rotted for about a week. At least that's what I imagine. And right here, you have discovered the secret chamber. Random door. I mean, that doesn't stand out at all in this place, right? Ah, and now it says talk to Gearfast again. Because it doesn't just let us go into it. If you look above it, there's like a picture of a map. Alright. To the 21st hall. Did I mention there's a lot of back and forth with this one? So having a hunter is a really great boon in this particular quest chain.
May Durin return soon to his halls.
Amazing you found it. Now that we know what it is, getting there again will be much quicker. You may wish to bring a friend or two if you're going to plumb the secrets of the chamber. Who knows what dangers may lie within? I suspect the strange riddles on the back of this map will help you in this last exploration. I will make you a fair copy of them, so you can bring them into the chamber with you. Because, of course, there are riddles. And he says, are you prepared? Yes. The flame from the scorched breath of a pygmy drake gave life to your torch, and the map was revealed to guide your feet to the chamber. Moria has many forgotten places, hidden by secrets that died with their keepers. What will your bright light illuminate now that the darkness is pierced? And the instance is called the Innermost Chamber. Now we have a path here. and I can't remember, yes. A transcription of all the cryptic little riddles I found on the back of the map in order in which I found them. So, the first one says they have no flesh nor feathers, nor scales nor even bones, but they do have fingers and thumbs of their own. So, the answer to that riddle would be a glove. It has fingers, it has thumbs, but it has no flesh, no feathers, no scales, or bones. We need to go this way. If you go the wrong way, you will die. Just to give fair warning. If you break me, I'll not stop working. If you can touch me, my work is done. If you lose me, you must find me with a ring soon after. The more... And I think that's it for this one, and the answer would be heart. If you break a heart, it doesn't stop working. And if you can touch a heart, you're probably dead. And if you lose your heart, well, you're probably going to be either doing the proposing or getting proposed to. Now, here it just says, the more you take, the more you leave behind. Footsteps. The more footsteps you take, the more footsteps you leave behind. So that's this way. Now we have another crossroad of 4. I can run but never walk. I have a mouth but never talk. I have a bed but never sleep. I have a head but never weep. Run but never walk. Mouth but never talk. Bed but never sleep. Head but never weep. That would be a river. So we go this way. And again, puzzle. The thing all things devours. Birds, beasts, trees, flowers. Gnaws iron, fights steel, grinds hard stars to meal, plays king, ruins town, and beats high mountain down. The thing all things devours. I'm going to go with time. So this way. And once again, another puzzle. Walk on the living, they make not a mumble. Walk on the dead, they mutter and grumble. Walk on the living, they make not a mumble. Walk on the dead, they mutter and grumble. Leaf. If you walk on a living leaf, it's not going to make a single sound. So if you walk on a dead leaf, it's all dry and crumbly, and it's going to make a bunch of noise. So this way. Alright, so. Here we go. Last puzzle. I have streets but no pavement. I have cities but no buildings. I have forests, yet no trees. I have rivers, yet no water. And the answer to that would be a map. We're going to just take care of this witch real quick. So, map is this way. Now, it's this last part I always have trouble with. Let's see how... Uh-huh. As I was saying, and we have to start over. So. Glove. Heart. Footprints. River. Time. Leaves. Map. Now, here's the deal. I know exactly where these are. And that's part of the problem. Oh, again. Okay, so. And yes, it keeps getting a little darker each time. Okay, glove. Heart. Footprint. River. Time. Leave. Map. I don't know if this is doing me any good or not, jumping over. Whoa, we almost got hit again. I think there's another set too. You have discovered the innermost chamber. In front of this magnificent act is carved the word Dragon Slayer. Complete it. And while we have a second, let's enjoy the look at this place. Shall we? Going close enough to actually take a look at the place. Don't know who this guy was, but he was very important or very self-important, one or the other. There's the axe. And it's a pretty big stinking axe, if you ask me. Oh my goodness. Okay. We are done being a tourist. But it is a most impressive place. Except for that last little bit where you've got to figure out where the trap is. It's actually a fun little instance. Fun little puzzles. The whole 9 yards. And of course, if you want a really fast way to just get back up to the front, all you have to do is run yourself right into that trap again. There you go. And you're right at the door. All I have to do is leave now. Hey, back to 21st Hall we go. Just a fun little side quest that I have to admit, for the longest time, I did not do. because of the whole back and forth. Once I finally did it, once or twice, it turned out to be just kind of a neat little thing.
Dwarves must fight for dwarves.
Bless my sturdy boots, what a tale. Clues and maps and shadows and riddles and monsters. This will make quite the story to tell in my old age. So you found the innermost chamber of this strange place. What did you find there? An axe? An axe marked Dragon Slayer. Doran's beard. Thormurn, I think there is more to this than meets the eye. I am loath to give the advice, but I think you ought to speak to one of the elves here in Moria. I think Linglamel might be the one to ask, but you have to go down to the Shadowed Refuge to find her. Describe your travails and what you found at your destination, and see what she has to say. Okay, I forgot about that part. You actually have to go down to the Shadowed Refuge. Alright, let's find out what she has to say. Because we can actually...
May Durin return soon to his halls.
Go down there. We've already been pretty much all over the place, except no one stable we don't have is the Fanged Pit. Can you tell the one place we haven't been? Because, not my favorite place in Moria. And yes, I just pretty much admitted that the Shadowed Refuge... I like the Shadowed Refuge more than I like the Fanged Pit. Hello.
The light of Iarendil's star brings hope even to this darkness.
Can it be? You are the one. The axe you describe is known to me, but only in legend. It was prophesied that one, not of our number, the nearly forgotten secret council of elves and dwarves, would find it once more, within our ancient headquarters, in the deepest recesses of the dwarf mine. That map you found was a last desperate attempt to leave a record, should Dragon Slayer's hiding place be forgotten. A situation thought impossible then, but we did not foresee the rise of Doran's Bane, the abandonment of Khazad-dum, and the degeneration into fear to Moria. When smog was terrorizing the lonely mountains, some of us were instructed to search for records of where Dragon Slayer might be had, and found nothing. You, brave dwarf, have discovered a treasure beyond compare. Lord Aragorn shall be alerted, as well as Lady Galadriel. Your name will be sung by council members for ages to come. So, we discovered a rare treasure. An axe from... Oh, good lord, it had to have been the Second Age? Because it existed before the fall of the Lonely Mountain, before Doran's Bane. Yeah. For a long, long time ago. And just a fun little aside. Now, with all that out of the way, we've had our bit of fun here in Moria. And of course, we're going to head right back to Rivendell to pick up where we left off with the Grey Company. I happened to notice that one when we were doing the quest to rebury Ziegelberg. And I was like, oh, I totally missed that one. And I thought I'd share that one with y'all because, like I said, it's just a fun little aside. A little bit of lore that they probably made up but it at least seems like it fits within the world. It's not something that's so outrageous and out there that you scratch your head and go, what the actual hell did I just read? Alright, now, talk to a few people here. And we're going to be polite and get off our horse to do it, because, you know. This is Radanir.
I will do my duty with no complaint, and Glor and Gur will do the same.
Glor and Gur did not break a sweat in the short ride from Thornhad here to Rivendell. He was ready to begin even yesterday. I could say the same for myself. I returned to Thornhad to say goodbye to Elwaleth, but I could not find her anywhere at camp. I had meant to return this hairpin she had given me, but perhaps she feared the farewells. I suppose I did as well. We will soon set forth. I do not know what the future will bring, but I will do my duty with no complaint, and Glor and Gur will do the same. Yeah, she didn't want to stick around to say goodbye to you, dude. She knew that was probably the last time she was going to see you. She kind of wanted her memories to be good and not bittersweet before she left Southwest. And here's Elro here.
My father had some curious words for me.
My father had some curious words for me on the eve of this, our departure for the southern lands, Thormurn. Elro here gazes down the hill, deep in thought. He said that the time is approaching when we can no longer hold back, when we must do more than defend against the actions of the enemy. He said that the time is coming when we may need to wager everything on a final throw, and by doing so we will have done all that we can. Better a death in far-off lands in the service of a chance, however small, than death at home in certainty. We may not return from this journey, Thormurn. My brother and I are at peace with that. I hope that you and these Dunedain are as well, for I would counsel any who are not to stay behind. Translation: should or get off the pot. Golodir.
My horse, Legimbod, is rested and ready for the next leg of the journey.
My horse, Legimbod, is rested from the ride out of Angmar, and he is ready to undertake the next leg of the journey. His saddlebags are light as I could make them, while still keeping the supplies we will need. Golodir takes a small pendant from one of his pockets and idly presses it from one hand to the other as he looks about the yard. This refuge has not changed in many years since I last came here, but surely I myself must be unrecognizable. So much has happened, and so little of it good. But the ride here was a marvel, and I could feel the weight of the past falling from my shoulders with the feel of the breeze upon my face. Legimbod delighted in the speed, and I delighted with him. The southward journey will do both of us some good. I am ready to be off again. Until you aren't. And Lothrandir.
Mithul is ready for the next leg of the journey.
Mithul is ready for the next leg of the journey, Thormurn. Indeed, his kind may be more prepared for what awaits us than the others of the company. After all, Mithul's eyes will be to the road underfoot, watching for loose stones and wind-blown branches. The eyes of the Dunedain must be to the horizon, keeping watch for foes that may seek to slow our errand. I have spoken with Halbarad and the sons of Elrond about the road we will take. south through the Trollshaws and into Aragion, there to rest at Ekat Aragion before passing south into Inandway. A number of Dunlending tribes called this area home when I last journeyed these lands. Some were friendly to outsiders, but most were not. The Dragluth, the Hebogluth, they are those you would be wise not to cross, and I will do my best to ensure the Grey Company does not entangle with them. Now we need to talk to Cande. Hello, Cande.
Everyone is nearly ready to ride.
Everyone is nearly ready to ride. The Dunedain, the sons of Elrond, and Thormurn, boiled dwarf. Are you familiar with our history, Thormurn? Are you joining us on the journey? Surely to go down in the annals of the Dunedain. I would have you hear some of it, if you have not already. We have some moments. Let me tell you some of our history, that you may understand the weight of that which we are about to do.
I have been pleased to record much of the history of the Dunedain.
Alright, so that is where we're going to leave that off. And if Plastonic is still here, we're going to play a game of let's see how hairy we can create a Meldorf in LOTRO. Because, of course, his question has got me curious. And I have never, I don't think ever created a male elf. I don't think I have ever once created a male elf character. So now I am incredibly curious. Can you create a hairy elf? Let's find out, shall we? Let's log out. Now this, I can only make a regular elf. I cannot make a high elf. And there may be some differences between the two. I do not have the high elf on this account. Don't have the river hobbit either. Oh wait, maybe I do have the high elf. Oh, son, I do. Okay. I don't have the river hobbit, I don't have the brawler, I don't have the mariner, but I do have the high elf. Okay. So, I guess we will try one of each and see what happens. We'll start with the regular elf. And obviously we want to see something where we can see the face. Let's go with a warden. Alright. Leave everything else alone. We're only interested in hair. And extra details. You can put freckles on him. Sort of scars. But I do not see anything beard-wise. Options, wrinkles, jewelry, hair decorations, eyebrows, nose, jaw. Just height scale, chin, height, chin width, chin depth. Alright, so right off the bat, the regular elf has no beard. No beard to be had at all. Morian elf, same thing. Mirkwood elf, same thing. Same thing for the Rivendell elf. And the same thing for the Edelond elf. Alright, so let's check out hairstyles. Maybe there's a hairstyle that includes some sort of... Oh look, it's a man bun. He gets some pretty long hair on him. Which male elves do tend to have. Nice. Actually, a nice hairstyle. I'm not gonna lie. I wouldn't even mind that for the females. Kind of similar to one that I used on Mesriel for ages. Not exactly the same, but similar. Got some super long hair. Got hey. Good. Okay, that's yeah, no. Nope. No, that's too modern and boy band. I'm not digging that one. Okay, that just seems like it would just really suit the female character more. Now that one's not bad. Not. Now I know the female characters get this too. So that's a crossbow. The female character gets this too, and I did not like this on the female, but actually this looks much better on the male character. Okay, this is the one Miss Mesriel's using right now. And honestly, that suits the female character better. Okay, here's another one that actually suits the male character better. Oh, another man bun. Nah, not really. Not bad. Not bad. No. 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 No, not really. No. Maybe. Okay, so, no. The answer for the regular elf is no, you cannot make them hairy. Let's go back. Okay. And go to the high elf. Same deal. Check out the face first. Collection details. Variety of freckles, moles, and scars. But no sign of a beard. So once again, it does not look like there is a beard. The high elf either. I'm guessing the hairstyle is going to be very similar. Yep, the hairstyles are identical. So the answer to Plastonic's question is no, you can't make a hairy elf. There is no beards for the elves. Yes, I would like to exit character creation. Here's a character we haven't met. She's one of my older characters. This is Tatiana. She is a guardian. I haven't played her in a while. I would probably absolutely blow playing my guardian right now. I'd have to practice with her. Alright, so having answered that question for Plastonic, and the answer is a definitive no, elves can't have beards. And apparently no, dwarves can't be without beards. I guess now we know. It seems like maybe they need to do a little more customization options on character creation, although they did try to keep things within lore. I can definitely give them credit for that. Let's check out the auction house real quick, shall we? I don't do this very often. Just see how bad the auction house is. Also just sell some junk off. Oh, hi. A bower. Boyer. Yeah, perfect place to sell some junk off. Sell that. That, and that, and that, and that. Couple of silver real quick. Who knows, I might even buy something. That, keep that. That's it. I'll have to clean out our bags later. Where are we going? This way. You know, for when this game came out, the water effects were pretty good. Now, they have improved them over time. They are better than they were. But, yeah, for being 18 years old now, game's holding up. Of course, I can't. There we go, that's better. Pretty gazebo. Wouldn't mind having a smaller version of that. Just big enough for a little table and 2 chairs. Hello, random person. You're still there. But you are now dressed. And, like you might have been doing some roleplay. I hope you had fun. Yeah, squirrel. Pretty squirrel down there. Alright. Hello, Iffy. What wares have you for us today? Start with the armor. Because why not? Got some level 150 armor here. I don't think that's quite going to work for him. Oh, they have changed this. Wait a second. Hold on. So, this level 150 piece of gear is crafted by Begobrand. It has 12,257 armor. Holy smoke! It's got 2,964 critical rating, 2,229 tactical mitigation. It has 3 essence slots. But apparently you don't just slot whatever you want in it anymore. You have a slot for a primary essence, you have a slot for a vital essence, and you have a slot for a basic essence. So you actually have to play this, you have to actually match up the essence to the slots now. I did not know this thing. Because I almost never have any gear with essence slots. 130, I don't think he's going to be wearing that anytime soon. Level 30, yeah, I think he's a little bit past that. Level 8, he's definitely past that. Level 40, definitely past that. 51. 3 for agility. 19 vitality. 106 physical mastery. 158 resistance. Not a whole lot more armor, but almost twice the agility, a little more vitality, but he would lose out on the maximum morale, which probably makes up for the vitality. He'd lose parry rating, he'd gain physical mastery rating, he'd gain resistance rating, but he'd also lose the, on any common damage, a 75% chance to negate 56 damage. Probably a big one for him. Plus, this guy wants 18 gold for this. Level 50. Level 60. Which, no. Is actually worse than the level 60 piece he's currently wearing. So you can actually go and sort by level range. So let's go 60 to 70 and see just what's in that range. There. And now it doesn't show me anything, even though I know that there's some level pieces in that range. Really? Alright, so level 62 piece called Van Waronk. Mouthful. That's medium. Wait, whoa. What the heck? That's medium armor? There's no way that's medium armor at level 62. Are we serious? Are we serious? 836 armor? 32 agility, 155 physical mastery, 122 finesse, 128 evade, 91 critical. And it's part of a set called Orphan's Watch. If we had 2 pieces of the set, we would get plus 11 to vitality. 3, we'd get another plus 11 to vitality. 4, we'd add 129 to evade rating. 5 pieces, you'd get a plus 16 to agility. And if we had a whole set of it, you'd also get plus 70 to physical mastery and another plus 16 to agility. That's gotta be a bug, right? It's not really 836 armor, is it? You know what? I'm gonna buy this one because I want to find out. It's only 2 gold. I gotta find out for sure. If that was like, holy heck. "42 agility. Okay, same agility, slightly higher vitality, fate instead of critical rating, and physical mastery instead of out of combat run speed." I'm going to keep the boots he has because it's got that 8% out of combat run speed, and all the other stuff is just eh. Now, so under jewelry, same level 60 to 70. We have a potent steadfast necklace of fate. Won't do us any good. 40 agility, 29 vitality, 118 critical rating, and 51 physical mastery. How much do they want for this? Are we serious? You only want a gold? Yeah, I'll buy that, thank you. Like I should buy this one too. Yeah, I should buy that one too. Also a gold. Okay. That's got will on it. That's not going to do us any good. Okay, the rest of it is will, so that would be more Miss Medriel's speed. Now, let's check out some one-handed axes to see if he can upgrade what he's been using, and he cannot. Okay. Now, burning question. Go pick up our stuff that we just bought. We got some stuff from Miss Medriel. How sweet. Because I said she couldn't get any help. I didn't say she couldn't give help. So, pop out our earrings. One is... Right, get a little closer. Thanks. It's getting swapped with the first earring. Yeah. So that is almost a direct swap there. Okay. that gets our agility up from 534 to 561. Now this one is almost a direct swap for the other one, except we're losing the critical rating for physical mastery. Going from 561 to 585 agility. And our health is going up to almost 900. Not bad at all. Are we learning anything new? Yes, we are. And we already know that one. Okay. Now. Nope. So it was wrong in the auction house. 94 armor. $32 agility, 155 physical mastery, 122 finesse, 128 evade, 91 critical. We'd lose a bunch of vitality, but we did gain vitality by swapping out the earrings. We'd only gain 7 armor. We'd only gain 2 agility. But we would gain a lot of physical mastery and finesse. Well, no, yes, finesse, but we would lose a little bit of evade. And we'd gain critical rating. And we'd lose the 9% chance to remove 1 disease effect, which isn't a huge. So we go down to 2,772 morale. Okay. Live with that. So we're going to lose about 100 morale altogether. Our critical rating is going to go up a lot. And our physical mastery goes up a decent bit. So, hold on to the old shoulders. We decide we need them for anything. However, I do believe that that's a win. And, yeah, the armor rating that was shown in the auction house was definitely a big fat lie. I kind of figured it was, but for 2 gold, it was worth finding out for certain. I wonder what it looks like, too. You know, I didn't even bother to check. Yeah, that's the shoulders, so... Actually not that bad looking. I have to use that cosmetically in something. And who knows, maybe I'll find a couple more of those pieces. You know? I mean, I probably won't be holding my breath for that, but... Does that match what he's wearing? I don't think it would complete... No, because... You can see his armor is silver and black, and that's gold and black. Too bad. If it was silver and black, like his armor, it would match. Oh well. Well, Thormurn has had a good time. He finished gathering the Grey Company. He's gotten them sorted. Even went back to Moria and did a fun little side quest and discovered a very legendary axe that the elves were very happy to hear that he recovered for them. And even did a little shopping for himself, which, like I said, that's kind of rare. We should keep his gear up to date a little more often than we do. And speaking of gear, we're going to make one last quick pit stop and make sure he doesn't have to upgrade anything like, I don't know, reforge. Because that's something else that we forget to do quite often. And fortunately for us, we do not have any reforges to do, so woohoo! Okay, I think that's it for now. I do want to take a moment to thank everyone who stopped by, starting with Plastonic. I am sorry that it turns out that dwarves cannot be bald and beardless, and elves cannot be hairy with big beards, but at least we know now. Thank you to Drive-By who stopped by and let me know everything looked okay. Thank you to Tripping Ark who popped in and said hi, and I'm sure he'll be happy to know in the replay that only one very odd orc was killed the whole time. I'm pretty sure he wouldn't mind that one. It was pretty bizarre. And for everybody else, of course, who popped in and out or stuck around and didn't say anything, well, know that you too are seen and appreciated, but next time, say hi. I promise, really promise, I don't bite. Now, next time, we are going to pick up where we left off, which includes some really fun history of the Dunedain. So, we're going to be doing at least one, if not two, session plays. And Friday, before I forget, Friday, we have a really fun live stream with Miss Vistula, who is going to be having lots of fun at the anniversary event. And, well, who knows what else she'll be getting up to. Maybe some skirmishes. Maybe she'll be decorating her house. Maybe she'll head out to find some trouble in the world. Who knows what a brawler does. But the cutest little hobbit this side of the Brandywine is going to be here to celebrate 700 plus subscribers. And thank you all for that. I really appreciate you all. You are awesome. And for everyone who hasn't subscribed yet and you don't want to miss the fun, you know what to do. All those fun clicky things the website wants you to do. With all that being said, thank you again. You all have a wonderful night. Have a great Wednesday. And until next time, bye for now.